This video is on how to physically unplug your car from being used to harvest your data. Now we're going to talk about software, then the hardware method, and then the total conversion method. But here we go. We're going to use Chevy OnStar as an example. Smart drive, tracking, Telematics control module by LG, and weird antenna connectors called the Fakra Z, and shark antennas that might or might not be on top of your car telling everybody your car is slightly more worthy of being stolen. Total conversion. So, how do you access this stuff? Let's get to the point. The glove box compartment, whether you remove the glove box or remove a panel from it, might let you reach in to find the module. Or it might be above, below, right, or left of the steering wheel. You'll usually see a purple and or brown cable. These are 50 ohm coax cables. Simply unplugging the radio frequency connectors when it's appropriate, we'll get to that in a minute, will reduce connectivity by 1 in 20 times it'll catch something. And if you terminate it, it should be 0. A gradual removal of features and functions that makes it obvious that, number one, you are overtly opting out of features. Don't covertly, overtly. Make them know what's going on. Because someone might assume your car is stolen, or they'll just, say that your car has been stolen and sick the cops after you. Now, doing all of this at one stage or another may or may not disable features that you have in the vehicle, like infotainment, the mapping capability, the radio. It might hold your ability to plug in a USB drive with music on it hostage. Who knows? But the point is, all of this can be replaced by you buying a mechanically, physically, non-connected GPS unit that has a little screen on it that tells you where you are. That's how we did it in the old days. Some of them were used, old, but they're still programmed to work, usually in your state. And even if the companies went out of business, hacks for them exist, and a lot of them you find on eBay specifically say jailbroken or rooted. Those are the two words you look for on eBay for a GPS unit with a screen that tells you where you are and gives you a map. It's not going to be as feature-rich, but you're paying for those features by giving away your soul. Illuminati confirmed. No, it's balloon-naughty. So anyway, as for the radio, again, you can just get another device. MP3 player, anybody? Stick a cassette player in it. I'm not joking. As for infotainment, you're driving a vehicle, stop using infotainment of any kind. If it has a big screen on it, another option is to physically pull out a fuse and see if everything else you want or need works, and then just don't ever plug the damn thing back in. But the first step in all of this is software, and we'll call it socialware. Tell them overtly over the phone you own the vehicle. Have them confirm that you own the vehicle. Don't tell them why the call is being made. You're confirming your account. Okay, now that we confirmed my account, yes. Are you aware of that? Yeah. Are you going to hang up on me when I do something you've been told to hang up on me for? Remember, you're being audio recorded right now. No. They have to say the word no. Well, you see, you didn't say the word no. I'm going to say it one more time. You have to say you will not hang up. I won't hang up. Good. Please understand that aggravating your customers, or in my case, soon to be non-customer, is not a good look. And then remind them, you've had data breaches. We all found out that your company sells stuff to LexisNexis or insurance companies or to the police department or ICE. Are you aware of the nature of the call at this moment? Yes or no? Yes. I'm overtly stating that I'm going to be opting out of every single feature the car offers except if it affects the following. And then you state what you need. I need to have a map that works with GPS passively. Don't want anything sent to you. I want to opt out of all of that. I don't want to opt into anything, but if I opt out of everything, does it turn off my ability to play music through the radio? Does it turn off my ability to plug a USB drive in to play music? And then say, if you do not have technical knowledge in this area, transfer me to someone who does, but tell me first, don't just dump. Do a warm transfer. Use the word warm transfer. Here we go with the next part. If you unplug the GPS antenna, it will disable the GPS in almost all cases. GPS relies on a feed of data. If you terminate that connector with the proper connector, whatever it is, it will work. Most OnStar equipment uses a Fakra Z connector, leading to either a invisible or a shark antenna that, again, makes your car much more theft-worthy. Accessing the cabling can be done through, again, we're going to have to say this for the videos, you're going to have to look up after this, through a space underneath or near where the glove box used to be. Or it might be around the steering column. It may be something you can see if you just use your cell phone for something useful and find out where the cables are and see where they terminate. They will be a clip that you pull out if it's the Fakra Z connector. It's just a normal push-on coaxial connector with an extra doodad to make it a little bit more vibration-proof. It's actually a good design. Now, on Amazon, you can get that kind of cable and connector on it that goes to a different connector that can have a normal, because they don't have a normal one, a normal 50 ohm terminator or 75 ohm terminator, whichever is more appropriate, to go on the connector. I have links to two of them. I'm not affiliated with them and I'm not suggesting them. I'm just pointing out what they look like. And I'll use one of them for the thumbnail where I've heavily altered it. It's actually a pretty long hooky cable. But unplugging this stuff will just reduce the functionality to 1 in 20 shots. You can do this gradually by unplugging things, making it very obvious that the equipment isn't working correctly, and see how often they contact you. Because again, after you, this is my suggestion, fully opt out of everything, it shouldn't send you any more messages. To wit, the next part. Again, this might disable radio, maps, infotainment, whatever you care about. The specific name they use, the jargon they use. Explore it. When you're on the phone with a person, if you can get them on the phone, make them tell you what they're called so that you can say, okay, so that's what you call it at your end. I will write that down. When I use that expression, you'll know what I'm saying. Long pause. The reason for this is that I worked at a place where we were told, and I did not obey them, by the way, sorry, Sarah, that if someone says something, even if it's the correct term, act like you don't know what they're talking about so that they won't disable something. It was for Nextel. So let's move on. And yeah, it was on Boost mobile phones that at the time were being tracked by the FBI because you had Boost looped. Yeah, that was actually a thing. Not that I have a very specific set of knowledge on this. So anyway, the other option, disabling the entire kit and caboodle. That means pulling a fuse or unplugging the power connectors. Or both. Guess which one I'm telling you need to think about doing. Next, little side thing. If you have a used car, the used car company might have left a tracking device in that does GPS and phone home behavior because it's not technically illegal. You thought it was bad when the FBI got caught doing this, but the fact is that anybody who ever had the car can just put one of these in there. You might want to look for tracking devices and stuff from Apple, like tracking tags that they had available. Not being paranoid, I'm just saying what it is. Also, yeah, if you know your car is one of a varieties that had extra features and some of the features are visible, the expensive features should be removed if you're not going to use the antenna, for instance. Like, seriously, get a body and fender guy to fix that pronto. So anyway, last parts of this, here we go. There's no way to be truly anonymous. Throw up your hands and give up. You're going to see a lot of comments like that. People do that all over the place. These are also the people who believe that your cell phone can be tracked when you take out the battery pack, when you could pull out battery packs. You notice how a lot of companies don't let you have the ability to pull batteries out? That's a red flag. There is no escape from your information being harvested. Currently, it's already been harvested. Whether it's valid in a year depends on where you live and what false information you feed it. Did you know that if you jiggle the antennas a bit, it'll give false information on the location? Or maybe you just make sure you leave everything enabled, but the last place you visited is the only one that you want them to go to. Easy Pass, automatic toll collection. So don't use toll roads. Or if you have to go through toll roads, use the slow method and get over it. Or be a toll shunner like me. Your carrier knows exactly where you are because you have a phone. Okay, here's something that a lot of you can't stand. Stop fucking using a phone that tracks you. Literally, if you disable its GPS capability because it's not mandatory for it to function as a cell phone. It isn't. It's mandatory for them to make it that way, but you don't have to have it that way. I personally went through and used an X-Acto blade and disabled its ability to get accurate information. And it was a phone that would just keep repeating the last known location, which I was nowhere near for the rest of the time I owned it. You can also just buy a phone, you can pull the battery out. Yes, that will turn off its telemetry. No, there aren't secret batteries and blah, blah, blah. Yes, I know there's conspiracy theories about it. Shut up. And you can also put it in a Faraday pouch. Yes, the Faraday pouch works. You make one out of, quite literally, insect screen. That means you get bug screen and make a bag out of it. No, you don't have to spend a lot of money on it. Please stop that. Use a fucking landline. Do it 1800 style. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Just do that. Yeah, but no, shut up. Every argument you're going to come up with is copium. You want to keep your cell phone. Shut up. Apps on your phone track you online and your online activity. No native apps on your phone. No apps of any kind. Stop using your phone as a computer unless you're going to jailbreak it and or root it to be able to do so. You can buy on eBay all the equipment you're replacing here, by ripping all the equipment, you can replace it with stuff that's been rooted and or jailbroken that will not communicate telemetry. That doesn't require that you use the software that some company came up with to try to keep it a closed system. Break into it. Well, you can be... I don't want to hear about the law. I don't want to hear it. Shut up. Turn off location tracking. Do all the opt-outs on your phone. Do all the opt-outs on all your equipment. And then disable its ability to get around it, because it will. Oh, we were just updating. Emails are scanned for advertisements. Does not seem to be the case for most email systems in existence, because most of us know to do opt-out. I've done a bunch of videos on that. If you're getting spam because they're tracking what you're doing, change your email provider. And when people ask why, you state because they did tracking data. And when they say you're paranoid, send them to this video and tell them to go to the 12-minute mark where I say, you're telling someone they're paranoid because you're in on it. And if you're not in on it, stop ever using that wording. Let's get on with it. Cable TV providers know what you watch and when. So don't use cable. You can use CDs and DVDs. I know someone personally who collects nothing but real media. Do you like paying every year for the same video game? No? Then fucking buy games that come on CD-ROMs and DVDs. Well, what about the key codes? Crack your games. If you paid for them, cracking them is not illegal. It's circumvention of DRM, but it's not illegal to circumvent it if you own it, because companies go out of business all the time. Stop killing games. Debit and credit cards usage is known by your financial institution. Switch to cash. If places don't take cash, explain to them that you won't be buying from them. It's sort of like the reason I don't do clubs for buying groceries or whatever. I won't. Why? Because they want my tracking data. Yes, Cub Foods wants your tracking data. That's what they do. Come on. The IRS knows your income and how much you pay in taxes. Yes, and if you get a smart lawyer/accountant, you'll be on an LLC by the end of the year, and they won't have your data. They'll just have your information on this. Internet tracking. Plenty of tools around to stop this, like ghostery.com, etc. Hundreds of responses to this sort of shit. I just looked up somebody on Reddit who gave the same response. You can't do it, said the guy who's obviously working for Business Daddy. Okay, now here we go again for the umpteenth time. Disable everything and opt out of everything. They know you're already on track to start ripping stuff out. Contact them and ask them if you disable the services before you do this, what will happen. Now, one of the tricks to this is deliberately set up the account with factual-looking information that doesn't lead to you. I'm not kidding. You're not legally required to tell them the truth about a damn thing. And then disable all of this stuff, but leave the account open, and then close the account out. After you found out that you can keep using every feature in your car, or whatever you've got, without having to have them poke around. And then physically unplug the connection. It's an RF cable. And you might have to use a terminator if you want it to go to an extremely low level or off. And if you can, you could technically try to disable the modules. If the car is integrated to the point you can't do that, get a different car. I'm not joking. Same thing with all the other devices. Roombas spied on people and took videos of them, and your Weight Watcher scale will squeal on you and take pictures facing up. Don't ever forget that kind of crap Can happen, and in one case did. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.